Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. So if you guys follow the channel, you would know what my truck is. It's a 2018 F-150 with the 5-liter in it. And you would know here recently, within the last couple of months at least, I put a new exhaust on it. As you can tell here, it's the Flowmaster. Got the dual exit pipes there, but it is a Flowmaster Outlaw is the name of it. So I can show you guys from this side what it looks like here. You got the muffler right down there. It used to be black, and I guess the heat and corrosion and all that burned the paint off of it. I guess that's kind of what it looks like. Looks like the pipes are starting to get rusty on there too. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but yeah, it looks like pipes are starting to get rusty and stuff, which kind of sucks. I mean, I just don't even want to know what this thing would really even be like in the winter time. I haven't driven this thing in the winter or in the salt at all yet. It's only, I think it's driven in the rain like twice. And I cleaned my truck, so I don't really know quite how that has gotten so rusty and dirty up under there really. But anyways, the question I've got after putting this exhaust on, like I mentioned, it is the Flowmaster Outlaw, so it is the loudest system that Flowmaster makes. It's got, I think it's the Super 10, I think, or like a Super 40 or 44. It's one of those three. I can't remember. I can't keep them all straight for Flowmaster, but it's one of those mufflers that they put with this system. So yeah, I've got an install video. I can leave a link for that down in the description below. But anyways, because of that, I've gotten a lot of questions on how loud is the drone noise, like in the cab, because this exhaust is quite loud. I can start it here for you guys in a second, but yeah, I've gotten a lot of questions about how loud this exhaust is in the cab. So I'm going to take you guys for a little drive and show you just how loud it is in the cab, because it's loud on the outside, but don't get me wrong, like, it's not quiet on the inside either. It's not as loud as it is on the outside, but it's still pretty loud in the cab, especially like interstate driving. Not really going to be a cold start. I've kind of driven it already this morning, but it's been sitting for about an hour, so it's also like 30 degrees out, so I guess we'll see what kind of start it is. Remote start here. Here's me just regularly talking. This is my normal voice that I was just talking in. All the neighbors can hear it and everything. But I pretty much got to talk pretty loud and able for you guys to hear me. So I'm pretty much yelling at the camera right now so that you can hear me over the exhaust. And then to kill it, we just... and that kills it just like that. So I'm not sure if you guys could even hear me. I was trying to talk a little bit, but this exhaust is pretty loud. You could hear some rattling noise. This exhaust, in my opinion, is not routed really the best. It kind of cuts up over the rear end right here, and then you can kind of see, if you can see, it cuts back around there, but it is hitting that heat shield right there for the spare tire. I've been meaning to take that spare tire out. I might do that later today, but I want to take that spare tire out, get that heat shield off, because I think the stock tire is like a 32. I'm running 35s, so even if I blow out a tire, I really can't use that 32. It's just not going to work. It's not going to drive correctly. So I think I'm just going to go ahead, take it out, and then eventually here I'm going to end up getting some train horns. So I think I'll just end up putting those, get the spare tire delete kit, put that down where the spare tire is. Then I think once I remove that, I shouldn't have that noise, like that rattly noise. You guys could hear that. It's like metal on metal rattling, but that's from the pipe hitting that spare tire cover, shield, whatever you want to call that thing. So that's the one pipe, and it's hitting right on that little cover. So I gotta take out the spare tire, take off that cover, because I'm not gonna need the spare, because if I get a flat, I'm pretty much screwed anyways. But yeah, it is kind of annoying because you get that rattly noise. So it kind of kills the tone because you get that metal rattle with it, and you don't get all just exhaust noise. But that is one thing you do hear when you're on the outside of the truck versus when you're in the cab of the truck. You really don't get that noise. When you're driving down the road, you don't hear that at all. I just kind of gave you guys a little start. I'm gonna go ahead, hop in the truck, and I gotta drive over to Walmart. So drive to Walmart and show you guys what this thing sounds like. All right guys, so we're up here in the truck right now. As you can tell, it is running. Got my gas mileage. Truck is running. We're sitting at 800 or so RPMs. Not sure if you can hear it, but personally I can hear the idle running. So just drone noise wise, this is what you hear when you're just sitting here. I'm sure you guys can hear that. I'm sure you can hear that. I'm not 100% sure what you guys can really hear, but I'm sure that you can hear that. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn on the auto start stop so that when I come to a stop, you guys can tell just the difference of how quiet it gets versus how loud it is when the thing turns back on. So I'm gonna go ahead, take a little drive here, and I'm gonna show you guys what this is like. So I'm not even taking off too hard here. I'm not really sure what you guys are going to be able to hear in the cab. I'm not sure if you can hear as much as you can in person. Like I said, I'm not quite sure how this audio is going to turn out. The way I'm thinking it's going to turn out is that it's not going to be as loud on video as what it actually is in person. So that's what I'm going to assume. If that is true and I leave this part in the video, then just know it's louder in person in the cab than it actually is on video. So if we come to a stop here, see if this turns on. Nope. It's too cold outside or something, but that auto start stop won't turn on. There, it turned on. Okay, just gotta sit here for a second. But I'm gonna let my foot off the brake now, and I want you guys to hear the startup of what it sounds like. So I'm not sure if you guys could hear that, but I definitely could. But if you guys know, I also have this throttle sensitivity controller, and so with that, then it makes it a lot more touchy, so I can kind of do stuff like that, and so you can really hear that exhaust more. But I'll get on it here and you guys can hear what this exhaust sounds like. So this is still just me regularly talking in the same voice, just so that you guys can hear what it sounds like, me talking versus the drone noise. So just kind of trying to say words to be able to hear this. So right now we're in 7th gear at about 50 miles an hour, as you can tell from looking at that, but this is how loud it is. I guess if you get migraines easily, this is going to hurt your head. If you're old and don't like loud noise and don't get this exhaust, I guess if you really like the loud exhaust noise and you want to listen to it every single time you're in the truck and you love it just being super loud every single time, don't care what your neighbors think, don't care what the cops think or anything, then I think this one's for you. But yeah, this is kind of what it sounds like. Personally, in my opinion, when you're in the cab, I feel like the higher up in RPMs you go, like when this goes all the way up and you hit like 6 or whatever, you really can't hear it that much in the cab. When you're higher up in the RPMs, then the sound just kind of gets higher and like raspier, and you don't have that low kind of V8 rumble noise. So I don't know, that's just kind of what I wanted to say with that. So kind of, at least when you're in the cab, you know, the higher up the RPMs are, I feel like you don't hear the exhaust as much. I honestly feel like it's the lower the RPMs are, you can almost hear it more. Like when I'm going down the interstate, 75 miles an hour, it's in 8th gear, and I'm at like 1800 RPMs. That is the loudest. And honestly, I almost have to like yell to talk. How loud I was just talking to you guys a second ago is like not even as loud as I would have to talk going down the interstate. I'd have to talk a lot louder for you guys to even be able to hear me. But yeah, I kind of think that's it. I just wanted to show you guys what the drone noise was like. It is pretty loud. So my other truck, if you guys know, is a 2012 F-150. That one is straight piped. I've done some videos over that with the exhaust, like drive-by, in-cab drone noise, other stuff like that. I guess I've never really experienced it, but I've had other people tell me that drive behind me. They've driven behind like both of my trucks and stuff, and they think that this truck is louder than my other one. And like I said, this one has the Flowmaster Outlaw exhaust. The other one has just a straight pipe, and they said they think the Flowmaster Outlaw is actually louder than the straight pipe, which I'm kind of surprised about, but that's what they said. That's what they thought about it. I feel like the in-cab drone noise is pretty close to the same thing. Very similar in noise, not a huge difference, but I don't know. I just feel like the in-cab drone noise from a straight pipe to this exhaust is very similar. I feel like if you're kind of on a budget, you just as well straight pipe it, because chances are that's going to be cheaper and you can just weld it on instead of buying this system and then having to use their crappy clamps that come with it. So I feel like it'd be almost cheaper to straight pipe it, and just, if you really want, buy black tips, or even just buy the muffler separate and do everything else yourself. But kind of your call what you want to do. I kind of think that's about it. Kind of try to show you guys what the in-cab drone noise is like. If you have any other questions, drop a comment down below, let me know. But other than that, thanks for watching another video of Bloom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.